Let's turn our attention to exercise 13, consolidating worksheet data. The challenge in this exercise is that we have three subordinate commands who have submitted similar reports but in slightly different formats. Looking at the workforce categories, you can see that the ACC sequence is slightly different than the AETC, which is slightly different than AFMC. And so our challenge is to produce a summary report that consolidates all of the data and in doing so preserves the original structure. The risk here is if we simply were to copy and paste the data, we would be mixing categories. So to avoid this, we're going to conduct the consolidate function. We'll begin by anchoring the data in cell A7. This is a critical step as this will allow us to consolidate all three reports by anchoring the data consolidation in that same cell. We'll then click on the Data tab and consolidate. Selecting the sum function, we're now going to enter the reference fields for each of those major commands. So I'll plug in that data. I'll be back in a moment to show you the results. And we're back having selected data and consolidate. It opens up that consolidate box. We've selected the function of sum, and we have selected the A6 to E11 range for each of our three major commands, ACC, AETC, and AFMC. We have selected the top row and the left column to consolidate the data, and again, we are anchored in A7. We'll then select OK, and it will consolidate the data from the three major commands into authorized, assigned, required, and training complete. The next steps we're going to follow are to sum up, or rather calculate, those open vacancies, the training completion rate, the readiness index, and then provide aggregate readings for all of those categories. So I'll plug in those formula and be back in just a moment with the results. We're back having applied formulas to the open vacancies, training completion rate, and readiness index. So as you can see, the open vacancy is the authorized minus assigned, B8 minus C8 applied to all the commands. The training readiness rate is the training completion divided by the required training, E8 divided by D8 to produce those results. And the readiness index is that formula that calculates assigned personnel at 60% of the rating and training complete at 40% of the rating to produce the data you see here. We then aggregated the results with authorized position as summing B8 through B12, similar for assigned personnel, required training, training complete, and open vacancies. The training completion rate, again, is the training complete divided by the required training, and that readiness index is, again, that formula that weighs assigned personnel at 60% and training complete at 40%. So that is exercise 13, consolidating worksheet data. Now it's your turn. Have a go at exercise 13, please.